Hi, today we're going to talk about management and leadership. We're going to try to separate these two functions by comparing the skills and the duties. Some people think that management and leadership are the same thing, and I understand it can be very ambiguous. But for purposes of growth and development, I found that it's much better to separate the two and bring some definition to it. Now, remember, we're looking at activities and duties. So I don't want you to get caught up in thinking, about I am a manager, I'm not a manager, I am a leader, I'm not a leader. Let's just focus on the activities. Frankly, some people have both in their jobs. They have some management activities and some leadership activities. There is a document, I believe it's a Word document, in on my website by the same name, Management Leadership Comparison. And you might find that document helpful in that it has uh, activities and duties listed out for each. As for management, and for purposes of clarification, this could be supervisor, manager, senior manager, director. It can even be a VP position. But the focus is on the day to day operations, keeping the engine running, keeping the tires on, executing to achieve goals and objectives. It's very present day, very short term in its vision. Usually, management activities include trying to control risk in order to achieve predictable outcomes and end results. Leaders, on the other hand, are very different. Now, this could be for purposes of clarification. A VP could be a chief officer of some sort, but it could also be a director. So, looking at the activities, the focus is on the future. It's looking at, of all the possibilities, what direction do we want to take this company? It's 2 and 3 and 4 years out, and they're always thinking about what can we change, drive change in order to add value. So they're challenging the status quo, and they're trying to think of what is the best direction. Because leadership activities are more about the future, the position and the activities tend to be a bit more ambiguous. Now, the thing to remember is that it's not clear cut. Some people will have one or not the other activities. Some could have both in their job description. And there's this concept that you could have leaders that are individual contributors that are even organizationally below the managers. In that case, and this is where it gets a little gray, they're not actually performing a lot of leader activities, but they are connecting to leaders and using their influencing skills, trying to influence their sphere of friends and colleagues. The thing to remember is that companies need both. And you may like one over the other. You might be better at one over the other, but it's helpful to break it down so you can understand it. I hope this brings a little clarification for you today. Remember, It's not an absolute science, but you can take a look at some of the generalizations and learn something from them.